Did you know for Walk the Line, Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon performed all of the songs themselves without being dubbed? They also learned to play their instruments, guitar and autoharp respectively, from scratch. 2. Co-writer and director James Mangold said that Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon developed a very codependent relationship during filming. According to him, after the filming wrapped, Phoenix admitted to him that he and Witherspoon had relied on each other so much that they made a secret pact. The deal was that if one of them left or dropped out, the other would leave as well. 3. When Johnny Cash wakes up on the tour bus just after the Folsom Prison performance, he walks past guitarist Luther Perkins, who is passed out with a lit cigarette in his mouth, and puts the cigarette out. Perkins passed away a few months after the At Folsom Prison recording and performance. He fell asleep in his Tennessee house with a lit cigarette in his mouth and passed away from injuries sustained in the resulting fire. 4. Johnny Cash approved Joaquin Phoenix to play him in the film because he liked his performance in Gladiator. Did you know that for Shrek 2, the producers swear that when they decided to put a Justin Timberlake poster above Princess Fiona's bed, they had no idea that Cameron Diaz had just started dating the singer in real life? Timberlake was given a role in Shrek the Third. 2. In the fairy godmother's factory, some workers are putting potion bottles on a conveyor belt. One of the bottles is marked Fiagra, a play on Viagra. 3. In the police montage, the camera following a white Bronco is a direct reference to the infamous 1994 California highway chase where cops were chasing O.J. Simpson in a white Ford Bronco. Larry King, who cameos as the ugly stepsister, originally commentated on the chase. The montage's camera work and overall appearance resembles the appearance of the television show Cops. 4. Young artist Butterfly Boucher recorded a new version of David Bowie's Changes specially for this movie. Bowie was so impressed with this rendition that he provided backing vocals on it. 5. Antonio Banderas also provided the voice of Puss in Boots in the Spanish and Latin American versions of this movie. Did you know that for The Big Short, Lola FX did the special effects for Christian Bale's glass eye in the film? Director Adam McKay did not want it to be too obtrusive since, in reality, you're not that aware of someone's glass eye, except the odd occasion when it doesn't move, so they painstakingly went through every shot to get it just right. 2. Margot Robbie claimed that she was drinking real 20-year-old Dom Perignon champagne during her scene in the bathtub, adding that the only challenge was that she did have to read her lines from memory. 3. Christian Bale met with the man he's portraying in the film, Michael Burry, to research the role. What was supposed to be an hour-long meeting turned into 9 hours. 4. Although long-standing friends, Adam McKay wasn't seriously considering Steve Carell for a role in the film until he saw his performance in Foxcatcher. 5. According to Adam McKay, Christian Bale injured his knee badly just before filming started. McKay wanted to use a double for Bale's drumming and swimming scenes, but Bale insisted on doing the scenes himself. McKay eventually agreed, but when he shot the drumming scenes, he brought in 2 doctors for the duration of the shoot, ready to perform in case anything happened to Bale. Did you know for Memento? During Teddy's line, "You don't have a clue, you freak," director Sir Christopher Nolan felt that Teddy, played by Joe Pantoliano, did not quite nail the end of the line, so he decided to re-record the last 2 words to his liking, delivering them himself. Therefore, in the final film, the words, "you freak," as we hear them, are actually being said not by Pantoliano, but by Nolan impersonating Pantoliano's voice. Pantoliano was unaware of the dubbing until an interview for Memento. 2. After being impressed by Carrie-Anne Moss's performance as Trinity in The Matrix, Jennifer Todd suggested her for the part of Natalie. While Mary McCormick lobbied for the role, Sir Christopher Nolan decided to cast Moss as Natalie, saying, "She added an enormous amount to the role of Natalie that wasn't on the page." 3. The medical condition experienced by Leonard in this film is a real condition called anterograde amnesia, the inability to form new memories after damage to the hippocampus. During the 1950s, doctors treated some forms of epilepsy by removing parts of the hippocampus, resulting in the same memory problems. Did you know for 50-50, Joseph Gordon-Levitt actually shaved his head during filming? He and Seth Rogen were improvising in character while the cameras kept rolling, since the scene was not in the script. 2. Adam, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is based on screenwriter Will Reiser, who was diagnosed with cancer and later recovered. Kyle, played by Seth Rogen, helped Reiser cope with his disease and convinced him to write a screenplay during their early 20s together. 3. Summit Entertainment wanted a kiss between Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Anna Kendrick at the end of the film. However, the actor, actress, and crew agreed that it would not feel right, since they felt the movie was about the main character's journey with cancer rather than a love story. They almost filmed the scene to appease the studio, but Gordon Levitt pointed out that if they gave the studio the option, they would use it, so they just refused to film it. 4. James McAvoy was cast as Adam, but had to drop out due to personal conflicts. Joseph Gordon-Levitt replaced him after being called by Seth Rogen less than a week before shooting was scheduled to start. He accepted the role just 2 days before. Did you know for Thor Ragnarok, Thor's friend from work line about the Incredible Hulk was suggested to Chris Hemsworth by a Make-A-Wish child who visited the set on the day the scene was filmed? 2. Director Taika Waititi said in an interview with MTV News, "I would say we improvised probably 80% of the film, or ad-libbed and threw in stuff." 3. Sir Anthony Hopkins had decided against returning as Odin, but upon reading the story, he changed his mind. 4. Before the sets created for Marvel's Doctor Strange were demolished, director Taika Waititi took advantage of them by writing and filming a scene for this movie featuring Thor meeting Dr. Stephen Strange. Marvel and Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson felt the scene was kind of perfect to show Strange joining the wider Marvel Cinematic Universe after his standalone introduction in that movie, so the scene appeared during the end credits of Doctor Strange. 5. Director Taika Waititi said that he wanted to showcase Chris Hemsworth's comedic talent in this movie. "He's so good and underutilized in that department. He's legitimately one of the funniest things in this film." Did you know for La La Land, Emma Watson turned down the role of Mia due to scheduling conflicts with Beauty and the Beast, while Ryan Gosling turned down the role of the Beast in that film to appear in this one? Coincidentally, both are musicals. Ironically, Emma Stone would later drop out of the role of Meg March in Little Women due to scheduling conflicts with promoting The Favorite, and Watson was cast to replace her in the part. 2. The crew had a limited time window of 30 minutes. Director of photography Linus Sandgren said it was exactly between 7:20 to 7:50 p.m. within 2 days to film the magic hour dusky purple twilight Hollywood Hills dance sequence. According to Damien Chazelle, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling managed 5 takes in 2 days, where after each take, they would go back to the starting point with the assistants wiping their sweat before starting the dance routine again. The 4th take is the one used in the final film. 3. The line in the film said by Sebastian, "That's LA. They worship everything and they value nothing," was actually added in by Ryan Gosling himself when he heard his real-life partner Eva Mendes mention it as a joke. Did you know that for Get Out writer, co-producer, and director Jordan Peele was inspired to write this movie in part by Eddie Murphy's stand-up film Eddie Murphy, Delirious? Murphy joked about horror films, including Poltergeist and the Amityville Horror, and asked why white people stay when there is a ghost in the house. Murphy joked that if a black man being shown around a beautiful house heard a ghost whisper, "Get out," he would immediately tell his wife, "Too bad we can't stay, baby." Peele repeated Murphy's joke on the DVD commentary of this film. 2. Due to the success of this film, Jordan Peele became the first African-American film writer, producer, and director to write, produce, and direct a film debut that earned more than $200 million in non-inflation-adjusted worldwide box office ticket sales. 3. The main theme, Sikiliza kwa Wahenga, was sung in Swahili with the exception of the English word brother, a word which composer Michael Abels felt had a special, universal meaning among black people that did not need translation. According to Abels, the voices in the song represent the souls of black slaves and lynching victims trying to warn Chris to get away. The translation of the lyrics is, "Brother, run. Listen to the elders. Listen to the truth. Run away. Save yourself."